What's going on, everybody? Teddy Baldassarre from teddybaldassarre.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at a watch available for purchase on my website with the Maurice Lacroix AIKON at 42 millimeters. So if you have any questions about this piece, link in the description to purchase the watch, but also learn some more information on the product page. In addition, if you do have any questions about this piece or any other watch on my website, definitely book a call with me. It's a new feature on the website. You can set up a personal time to go ahead and chat, and you can also call me directly on that page as well. So guys, let's take a closer look at the watch. First, looking at a rundown of the specs, we have a case size of 42 millimeters, thickness of 11 millimeters, lug to lug of 47 millimeters, water resistance of 200 meters, crystal is sapphire, price is $1,990. But if you are a first-time customer, please use promo code FIRSTORDER. You can get a discount with your first purchase, as well as other select brands on the site. So on this channel, I've already reviewed the smaller case size 39 millimeter variant of the AIKON Automatic. If you've not seen that video, I can link to it down in the description. I also have a playlist that kind of outlines every single brand and all the watches that I've reviewed of those brands, so you can also check that out. But here today we have the standard and very popular AIKON model, with this one coming in at 42 millimeters. This model comes in several different dial variants, but I will probably be featuring the silver dial version, given that is often the model that I think probably is the most overlooked of the entire line. So first, a little bit of backstory about Maurice Lacroix. They're a Swiss brand that was started back in 1975, so kind of a younger brand, at least for the world of watchmaking. It is known for creating great value for money pieces at their more attainable end of their catalog, I would say with this more AIKON as an example here, while also producing over a dozen in-house calibers and some really unique watches within their masterpiece collection. But first, looking at this piece on the wrist, we have the case size at 42 millimeters, thickness of 11 millimeters, and a pretty wearable lug to lug of 47 millimeters. When comparing this to the 39 millimeter case variant, sure, yes, it's going to be larger. However, this piece still does wear very well and will not have a lug to lug that's going to extend out too far despite the larger case diameter. The case overall gives a very fluid design where each of the elements seem to really form together and kind of act as one instead of isolated parts, with the case block construction and easy formation into the bracelet. Along the side of the case, the AIKON features a nicely chamfered edge that matches the angled profile of the case. The bezel here is rather thick and has marked, polished, riveted dual markings that arise from the case, which evoke a little bit of flashiness without being over the top, and really kind of reminds me of those old school Manhattan style case Omega constellations. Now, this AIKON also comes with integrated end links that will meet an integrated bracelet. I think this is one of the stronger bracelets that you'll find for the price. It does not feature screwed in links, but this 5-link style, although very inspired, is beautiful in both admiring from afar as well as strapping it on the wrist. It offers a nice level of breathability, it wraps to the wrist well, it's got nice articulation of those links in addition to that, and at the underside of the bracelet it meets at a 2-button release that is secure when locking and features a perlage finish within the clasp. On the back side of the bracelet you also have an option for quick release, which is going to be easy to swap different straps and bracelets, which is a great touch, but I can't imagine myself actually taking this one off the bracelet once I would get it. But with this integrated bracelet, it is of course going to limit the amount of straps that are out there, and I do have access, and it can also offer up additional straps with your purchase of this watch from the AIKON. Transitioning to the dial, you have a few different dial options to choose from. The dial that we're looking at here today is more that silver dial, and I think is one that's probably the most overlooked alongside the other variants. This watch does come with a beautiful Clou de Paris style texture on that dial surface that really just works exceptionally well with the crisp edges of the case. At the center of the dial, we have thin pencil style handset filled with superluminova to match the lume applied markers across the dial. The lume itself is not very strong, as the actual markers themselves are rather thin, so there's just not a lot of surface area for this to really shine, but it does serve its purpose. At the 12, we have an applied M logo above the printed Maurice Lacroix branded text, and at the 6, the writing of automatic with a nicely outlined date at the 3. Now, flipping over the AIKON, we have an open sapphire caseback providing view of the Sellita SW200 within. So when Maurice Lacroix was started in 1975, the brand has really just graduated quite a bit in terms of its level of watchmaking that they're delivering, with many in-house calibers now, over a dozen. But this one that we have here, though, is of course not an in-house caliber. It's actually one of the more popular third-party movements that you'll find out there, but you're also not getting the out-of-the-box spec that usually is just coming with these movements. These are a little bit upped in terms of the finish as well as the performance. This one's going to be operating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, features 26 joules, will also feature hacking and hand winding, so hacking, stopping that second hand when pulling out the crown to the farthest position. This is a screw-down crown as well, and has a 38-hour power reserve. And I think overall you're getting a nice movement that really just matches what the watch is delivering in all of their aspects, just being really well done. Now, just to lay out a few things to consider when looking at this piece. Now, first on maybe more of the negative ends, and I think anybody that has been around in watchmaking or has been collecting watches for some time know who the icons are. They know where a lot of the design inspiration is drawn from. And there's certainly some inspiration taking place here with the icons. So the only thing I will say though is most of the models that it is replicating, of course, is going to be models that are going to be $20,000 and up. So with that considered and being maybe unattainable for many of the people out there, I think that allows this piece to make a lot more sense. And when looking at it in terms of the construction, the style, the design, I think there's a lot to like here. This 42mm option is a little bit larger than that 39mm option, of course. Isn't very sizable in terms of the lug to lug distance though, so it's going to be wearing, I would say, more true to a 40 to 41mm case, but you also have different case options available. And the Icon now has really just become the best seller for Maurice Lacroix. It's a watch that always gets a ton of questions on the site since I've been listing it. And I think overall, for the money, is a really well done watch if you do want a watch of this styling. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Also, if you are in the market for this watch, hit the links in the description. Don't hesitate to actually book a call with me. Would love to talk through a purchase of this watch or any other watch on my website. I've really been enjoying that feature of actually booking calls with people, so definitely take advantage of it. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I'll see you all very soon.